going to call to order the regularly scheduled meeting of the Planning and Traffic Commission for Wednesday, September 24th, 2025 at 6:33 p.m.
Commissioner Carrillo.
Here.
Commissioner Rosales Trujillo.
Here.
Commissioner, I apologize, Vice Chairperson Winkler.
Present.
And Commissioner Obadi and Chairperson Rivera are absent for the record.
Pancho, will you lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Morita, is there any
Adjustments to our agenda?
There are no adjustments to the agenda.
Okay, we'll go to public appearances. Item B1, matters not appearing on the agenda. If you wish to address the Planning Commission concerning any item not appearing on the agenda and within the Commission's jurisdictions, please raise your hand and be acknowledged by the Chairperson, and at that time state your name, address for the record. The Chairperson reserves the right to place a time limit on each person's presentation of 3 minutes. It is requested that longer presentations be submitted to the Commission in writing.
Hi, good afternoon, Commission. My name is Carlos Felix Saguchi. I'm 642 Costa Azul Street, Imperial, California. I'm not going to take 3 minutes. It's just a quick something that I wrote for you guys. So thank you for the opportunity of speaking regarding my variance approval that was denied back in August 13, 2025. I want to say that I appreciate the time and effort that the staff puts into reviewing applications and ensuring that the zoning code is applied consistently. And when I first inquired about whether my initial deposit would cover the cost of the appeal, I was verbally told here that it would. However, several days later, I received an email stating that additional expenses were required. This conflicting information has left me uncertain about the city's fee structure and has created confusion about the cost of pursuing my appeal. I fully understand that the city incurs costs to process applications and appeals, and I'm not questioning the value of the staff time. However, as an applicant, I rely on accurate guidance to plan fairly. Receiving 2 different answers, one verbal and one later in writing, has made it difficult to budget appropriately and to feel confident about this process. So I have a couple of requests here. The first one is that the Commission considers the fairness of this situation as it relates to my case, given that initial understanding was provided that it was going to be covered with the initial deposit, meaning about the appeal. And then the second one is that the city has to ensure that future applicants are given clear, consistent, and transparent information upfront regarding deposits, fees, and appeal costs. I raise this not to blame anybody, but to highlight an opportunity for clearer communication that will benefit both the staff and the public. Thank you for your time and your consideration for both my appeal and this concern.
I appreciate it, City Attorney. Typically, we don't respond to the public comments, but you've got the department, the city manager, city attorney. We'll look at it. My memory's a little bit different on that, but we'll review it and we'll get back to you related to both of those requests.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for your time. Is there anything else?
Yeah, I would just like to make a comment that Commissioner Obadi has arrived at 6:34.
Thank you. Did we receive any emails or anything else for public comment?
No emails, no comments via email.
Thank you. Okay, so I guess we'll move to C, the consent calendar. Item C1, approve Planning Commission meeting minutes for September 10th, 2025. Has everybody had a chance to review those? Would anybody like to make a motion to approve those?
I make a motion to approve.
I second.
Oh, no. Again? Okay. Okay.
They'll open that door for us. Do I need City Attorney, I have a question.
Yeah.
Everybody voted on their keypad. Is that good? We can just, put,
Yeah, if they're,
chairperson as, abstained? Or do we need to do roll call vote?
if you can do roll call, just make it clear.
Just to make it clear.
Sorry.
Okay. So I have, Commissioner Rosales Trujillo,
Yes.
Commissioner Correal,
Yes.
Commissioner Abadi,
Yes.
and Vice Chairperson Winkler.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries 4-0.
Okay, we'll move on to item D1. Continued public hearing, discussion, action. O Street vacation between First Street and Second Street. The project is categorically exempt from the California Environmental Quality Act under Section 15305, Class 5 minor alterations and land use limitations. We'll start with the public hearing. Do I open it?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just going to interrupt very quickly. Just there's a potential conflict to be extra careful. We are going to have one commissioner conflict off. She'll be in the room, and then we'll grab her as soon as we're done.
perfect.
Appreciate it. Sorry.
Does the staff have anything further that they want to report?
Yes, has the public hearing been opened?
Yes, it's
Okay.
opened at 6:39.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, Commissioners. Raul Parra submitted a request in 2022 to vacate the right-of-way portions of O Street between First and Second Streets and from Second to Third Street. This public hearing is only for the vacation of O Street between First and Second Streets to support the construction of his two buildings that are being constructed to house 12 new office suites. Before proceeding with the vacation, staff required the applicant to execute a lot merger of 4 of his parcels, which he completed, and he is now working on the vacation and the site's infrastructure. During the initial phase of this vacation, adjoining property owners were informed of his intent to vacate and asked for their opinions. The city received 1 objection from Alex Abadi. The form is provided in attachment B in the staff report, whose property is located south of the project and outside the city's jurisdiction. The vacation will not negatively impact his property, and the parcel has 2 access points through First and End Streets, and in the southern, I passed by yesterday, he also has access to the southern portion of the parcel. This right-of-way vacation is a crucial part of Mr. Parra's project, which he is using to provide necessary space for on-site parking for the new industrial development. Mr. Parra has agreed to the city's conditions, including executing lot mergers for each affected adjoining property owner affected by the right-of-way vacation. The renderings and photos provided in the staff report demonstrate the applicant's vision for the on-site improvements and beautifying that portion of O Street, in contrast with O Street's current condition. The vacation of O Street between First and Second Street has been confirmed by staff to be in conformance with the land use and circulation elements in the general plan, and staff recommends the Planning Commission's approval of Resolution 2025-13, finding conformance with the general plan for the right-of-way vacation of O Street between First and Second Street. And Mr. Parra, Raul Parra, is present to answer any questions you may have.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Does anybody have any questions for him, or is there anything that you want to state before? Just want to wait and see if we have some questions.
I appreciate your guys' time for letting me be up here. I'm asking for the abandonment to improve Second Street. I plan on making more parking for my tenants, so hopefully we can bring more local businesses to the city of Imperial, and just trying to improve the area and make the city of Imperial grow.
Okay. Thank you. Do you guys have any questions or?
I have a question regarding just the public benefit justification on those spaces. We did get to see some of the plans that were included in this, and it looks like office spaces. Are you giving priority to some of the local businesses that are already here within our city to relocate to the space? Or are you trying to bring like outside businesses to those office spaces?
Actually, both. We have some people interested. They are from already the city of Imperial, and we're also looking for people outside of the city. Just trying to make it grow.
Thank you. And then I have one additional question. I also saw the document that was attached with the objection from Mr. Abadi, but it doesn't state a reason. Did he provide any other additional reasons for his objection?
He did not.
Can you give a little bit of background about where his property is located, what you know about? Just to
It's in
answer that question.
Attachment C, there's a map in Attachment C.
Yeah, and that's all we
It's
have.
just south of O Street.
But he didn't provide any additional comments within.
No, he did not, just that he opposes it.
Were there any other neighboring concerns?
Not at all.
You said none that we received? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna close the public session at 6:44. Public comment, I should say.
Chairperson Winkler, I just want to make a comment that Chairperson Rivera arrived at 6:40.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments, or?
No, I don't think we have any. I mean, the only thing was the objection by the Abadi, but we don't have anything to substantiate that. I mean, or anything to highlight as to why. No, I think we got enough to move forward with it.
Okay. So do I have a motion, or?
It'd be to adopt the resolution PC 2025-12 or to reject or deny.
I will go ahead and motion to move forward with PC 2025-12.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. We'll call for vote.
Go ahead. Your names are correct. Ruben, I don't have his vote, and I don't have, there we go. Motion carries 4-0.
Okay, and then I just wanted to make a comment. Before we go on to D2, I'm going to go ahead and let the chairperson take over for the remainder of the meeting.
Okay, moving on to D2, subject continue public hearing discussion action CPU 25-05 the DEN Net Enterprises to allow for the PTCT mobile imaging system proposed to be located at 435 West Ayton Road, APN 064-351-0276. The project is categorically exempt from the requirement of the CEQA Act under Section 15311, Class 11. I'll go ahead and move to open the public hearing at 6:47. Staff reports?
Yes, so this is a continued hearing for Dean Enterprises that they are seeking approval of conditional use permit 25-05 to install a PET-CT mobile imaging system next to their medical practice. The proposed mobile imaging system is a professionally manufactured, self-contained unit operated under the supervision of board-certified physicians with Dr. Tariq responsible for its operation and maintenance.
If we can just summarize what happened at the last hearing, we got some good feedback from this commission to get direct feedback from the owner and to make sure that each tenant at that location was notified. So if you have an
Yes.
update on that.
I reached out to the property owner, who in turn, and I provided that in the staff report,
Oh, the letter.
Gave all the tenants a letter. The letter provided in attachment C and provided a site plan of all the businesses, all his tenants. In addition, I personally went and delivered a public hearing notice to each tenant. There was one person that had questions, mostly concerned regarding any emissions from the trailer that would affect any pregnant or staff or customers. I addressed the concern with the CDL Nuclear Technologies representative, and I believe we have one or two of them on this attending remotely. No? No one, okay. Okay. So they would contact her. Mr. Jerry Tucker and Jordan Tucker were unable to attend this meeting as well.
I have a
So,
question. Is it okay to ask now?
sure.
When you went to hand deliver the public notice to each of the tenants there in that area, that facility, you said a representative from the mobile unit was with you?
No,
No?
no.
Okay. You just referenced them, gave them that person who had a question?
Yes,
a
I
phone number?
forwarded the concern to Kendall and Bob Marsala, which one of them was here last time. But I'm not sure what the resolution was.
So you gave the tenant Kendall's phone number?
Yes, I emailed,
So they had the opportunity
Yes.
to reach out.
yes.
Do we
And the
have a
opportunity-
confirmation that they've been able to address those concerns?
I did not receive confirmation. They just told me they would contact them, and all the tenants were provided the opportunity to attend.
So what was exactly the concern that we had to reach out to them? That was with the emissions from the trailer?
Yes.
And radiation or
Yeah,
whatever.
any
Oh, the
radiation. She was concerned about pregnant customers or pregnant staff being affected.
How did you provide her Kendall's information? Was it in email?
Email,
So we
yes.
have it in writing that she was provided?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
So, can I just ask a general question? Why does the tenant need to get a conditional use permit? What triggered that?
To place conditions on the trailer, and also because we wanted to make sure that the use was compatible with the center, which we wanted to place a time limit of 5 years to give them a chance if it worked out or not for the city and for them. So that would,
Okay, the fact is, even though it's a retail, is it zoned retail? Is it zoned where they can have this type of extension of service?
yes, medical offices are allowed, is a permitted land use,
Okay,
and accessory structures, which would be the trailer to the medical office,
so under the
is allowed.
zoning, it's already permitted.
yes,
Then why are we going through this process?
to place conditions on this project.
It's the accessory
So the
structure.
accessory
Yeah.
part of that, that's, yes.
Yeah, so if this was simply inside the Tucker Center, there would be no need, it would just be a permitted use. They would get approvals, through the department. But because this is outside of that, our zoning code says they are required to get a conditional use permit.
Correct.
And then when they, yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Are you saying that because it's outside of the building?
Legally,
what you
it's,
mean?
yeah, they can explain more, but accessory structure means outside of the already approved building. Go ahead.
Correct. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so if they had done an extension on the building and put this item inside of it, because you know what I decided to do? When I come from the ranch, which is on the south of Interstate 8, west of Forester, that's where I'm at, I usually take
Austin Road up to Worthington, but today I decided to drive all the way down and hit the stoplights, go by the Tucker Center. And then when I turn left, I'm heading north and I see a PET MRI sign on the building on the right side near the US FSA office where we go to. And that must be inside because there's nothing outside.
Yes.
That is
Okay.
correct.
So, see, the thing is, when you say it's only for 5 years, once you're inside the room, it's a lot easier to stay in there than trying to get in there. So once a conditional use permit is issued, there isn't as much of a hurdle to get it renewed. What's the process to get it renewed?
It stated in the staff report, it would just take the applicant to come to community development and we would either modify or extend the
Who
conditional.
makes a decision? Is it staff who makes a decision, or does it come again in front of the planning commission or the council?
It would be done by the director.
I'm sorry,
The director,
so it's internal,
yes,
so staff decides.
yes.
Okay, so therefore, there's no more community input into it after the 5 years. Is that how it works?
Unless he decides that we should go through the process again, if there's any changes.
Yeah, any changes, any complaints, anything that
Is there
we
concerns?
think that it will require or your input, we'll bring that item back to you.
And I think that was discussed last meeting, right? When we talked about it, it said it was for 5 years, and during that time, they're being observed and how the operation is being conducted. And then obviously, if there's any other concerns that arise, then those would be
Like
obviously
traffic or
addressed
whatever.
before.
That is correct.
Yeah, but who addresses them?
It will be addressed internally.
Internally,
That is correct.
okay.
Staff, yeah, just,
Staff.
oh, the director of
Director,
public.
yes.
Yeah, I'm just wanting to know the mechanics, okay? Did anybody drive, I noticed it wasn't there. Someone commented to me yesterday that they had seen it. Did it get moved? Because
I
they're
don't
laying
think
the
it's ever
the
been
cement
placed because
pad?
they haven't even done any grading work, or there's still plants there in place, so I don't think they've even done anything with it.
I know I saw a trailer placed in that location, but it has been removed. So I don't know when they removed it, but as of today,
As of today, we found out that it had been removed.
Right.
so I don't know where it's located at. I don't know if what they're doing with it. So
Yeah,
we
because
didn't
it
get
had a tractor on the front,
Yeah, we
leaning
didn't have-
the cab to
the, yeah,
pull
we
it.
didn't have the chance to ask.
So I have a quick question. Since the trailer has been removed and they're not online or in person, do we know if they're going forward with this project?
It depends, right?
We haven't received anything that says that they're pulling the application and whatnot. They're moving forward with it as of
I would say, because he sent us this letter, I mean, when did we get the letter from Jerry? Or recently, right? Yeah.
so.
It's not
Unless something
dated.
happens that we're not aware of. Yeah, we'll find that in the next couple of days.
Yes.
When you
If
were giving the public notice to the tenants there at the facility, did you by chance reference, or did they acknowledge they got notified by the landlord?
Yes, they all knew.
They're all new.
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't date this letter.
He didn't date the letter.
What's that?
Jerry didn't date the letter, right?
Where is it? I'm looking at it.
No, I said he did not. Jerry did not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not dated. Okay. Okay. It's not that I'm opposed to people trying to generate additional revenue or to augment their business or services. It's just that, once things are approved, they don't come back in the public sphere. They stay, just becomes, where we become accustomed to it. All right.
Yes.
If I can comment, I think as a practical matter, Commissioner Body, you're correct. I would just say that, though, that in looking at the condition as written, it says it expires. And which to me suggests that at the 5-year mark, they no longer have a permission to be there. And so there would be, if they continue to operate, then the burden would be on us to initiate a process to have that activity stop. It does say, though, that requests for modifications or extensions must be directed to the Community Development Department. Now, and what I'm hearing is that the intent is that an extension might be granted administratively by the director. If that is indeed the intent, we might want to clarify that, because absent that, I would say that an extension should come back to you with the same process as was gone through to get them to this point, meaning everybody's in the area is given notice that, hey, this activity has been going on for 5 years. The applicant is requesting that that activity continue. And so if indeed it is your desire to have extensions handled administratively, I would suggest some additional language to clarify that aspect.
We could amend the resolution to include that as well.
To include, that it would come back to planning or?
The process of what the commission would wish to do.
Either or, whatever you decide.
I like your idea, Mr. Morita, about providing the public the opportunity to comment that it would go through the process again versus just going administratively, internally. That it would expire at 5 years, and if they wanted to continue, this Dean Enterprise, Dr. Tariq, would need to go through the process again. Okay? So it allows the public to have the opportunity and the tenants there, because there might be different tenants that change. Okay? So the future ones may not be the same thought process, depending on what business they put up.
That's correct.
That's my thought.
Anybody else, anything else? Anybody have anything else?
No.
So as it stands right now, 5 years, it'll handle, if no hiccups, no wrinkles, it's handled administratively within.
Yes.
But if all of a sudden they decide, instead of doing CT scans, they decide to start slinging hot dogs or coffee or something, that's where we address that again, like this, correct? Or where we would make adjustments as to, hey, it was originally CT scan. Now you have a full food truck in there, right? I mean, that's kind of what.
But that would be a modification, yes.
Well, I would just say if they change the use, then the Community Development Department would determine that on its own. Is a food truck a permitted use? I think we have a whole food truck ordinance that would come into play. The point being, if they change the use from what is granted, it would need to be assessed to make sure it's either a permitted use, in which case they can go forward with a building permit. If it's a conditional use, then they would be back before you and have filed an application for a conditional use. Or if it's just not permitted, then that'd be a different discussion.
Yeah, no, for sure, and I totally understand it. But again, just trying to simplify things in simplest terms. And I understand the argument over here is. Does anybody else have anything for discussion on the commission end?
Well, there was a point brought up at the last meeting whereby Commissioner Trujillo noted question about the traffic increased, the parking, maybe the congestion, not the traffic, the congestion of parking. Because what you're doing is you're creating another business, okay? The doctor's taking care of who he is in the building or off-site, but there you have a business of people coming on at the hour, 8 hours, 40 hours a week, coming in and out, in and out. So it's adding more movement within the parking area.
Actually, my concern was really about the parking spaces that were directly in front of the trailer, and it was more for pedestrian protection since there would be people coming in and out. I just felt like those parking spaces right in front of the trailer were too close to make it an accessible walkway to and from the trailer. But as far as traffic, I do believe that it's further down within the Tucker Center where it just really wouldn't interfere with any additional traffic than they're already seeing within their medical office, but did have some concerns regarding the actual parking spaces, whether those would be removed or temporarily just closed off since they're so close to the actual trailer pathway.
Yeah, the way it is it wouldn't eliminate any other parking spaces. We'll make sure of that. Once they submit for a building permit, they will make sure that it complies with all of the development standards within.
I mean, overall, this is just an added service to his doctor service. It's not like he's gonna bring more clients in. It's just an added service, for his facility. So,
How do you know that?
I mean, it's like going to the hospital. You're just another service.
Right,
And
but
you're
you
not
don't
gonna
need to
add
be a
square foot,
patient.
you're not adding square footages to the building. It's just an added service.
So you don't think other doctors will send their patient there to get a
My
scan
general
versus
doctor
one
sends
on
me there for a heart, to
286?
get my heart checked.
What's
So
that?
other doctors are sending their patients there. I got sent there from another doctor, not to get a PET scan, but to provide heart service. I mean, to get my heart checked. So doctors are either way, sending other patients there. So it can be with anything else. I mean, this to me is just an added service, and to me, I think it's a benefit to the city because we don't have services like this here in Imperial.
Not true. Did you go north on 86?
To a PET scan,
Yeah, it says MRI.
MRI is different from a PET scan.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is it different?
It's
Is
a
it the one
different.
that has
it's-
the radiation?
No, MRI is completely different from a PET scan.
Which one has the radiation?
Radiation is X-ray.
X-rays.
Okay,
MRI is imaging.
no
No,
radiation.
It's magnetic resonance.
Council, before we start flexing our medical degrees, let's get back to the matter at hand. I only have a liberal arts degree, so I mean, I'm completely out of the discussion. If we can get back to the subject at hand, what do you got?
No, I was just gonna say, I think there's one like this in the hospital parking lot already, right?
Yes.
So it's just something, I think my opinion is I think it's more of like an awareness, the PET scan, people will see it, they'll come. But I think if, like what she was saying is as long as it's not gonna be a safety concern, I'm sure that they've already made sure of all that. I think it's a great idea.
I agree. I mean, that's the cost. I mean, that's business. I mean, you have other businesses there that have been able to adjust and move around. I see this as an added service to the city, and hopefully he expands and he opens his own medical center. But we got to start here. Do we have any other arguments that?
Mr. Chairman, I would just say that if you look at the staff report, it makes reference to a vehicle miles traveled analysis, and because this building is less than 600 feet, that analysis wasn't required. And I think as Mr. Mora pointed out, at the point in time they get a building permit, the parking issue will need to be, that's the context in which they'll confirm that there's adequate parking for this additional 600 square feet. I would suspect that an additional 600 square feet isn't going to require a whole lot of additional parking, and I think so. But the point is, the parking will be addressed in the context of the and I don't know. Fortunately, I've never been called upon to use one of these, but I don't know how many people at a time are in one of the trailers. I suspect there's not a big crowd of folks in there at any given time.
There's typically one
Yeah,
patient at a time.
Yeah.
And they reported to have 30 to 35 patients per week.
That's all in the report. Without anything else, I will go ahead and close the public discussion on that at 7:07, and ask if anybody wants to move this forward.
And I would recommend for anyone who is doing the motion, if you could clarify what you're looking for on section 7G, which was that discussion about once it expires, it will go through this process, or if you choose staff, I'd like that to be clear with the noticing. However you choose to do it.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the resolution number PC 2025-13 with going back after the 5 years to reevaluate the CUP.
Through staff, the director, or through
I
another
think the
hearing?
board, I mean, the planning
Planning
commission,
commission, great,
yes.
with notices. Thank you.
I'll second his motion.
All right, it's been motioned and second, and let's go ahead and put it to a vote.
Motion carries 5-0.
All right, now moving on to item E, reports, commissioners' reports. Commissioners, starting from the left, Ms. Abadi, you have anything for us tonight?
I don't have anything to add. Thank you.
Okay,
Nothing.
nothing, okay.
I don't have anything to add this evening either.
I don't have anything to add.
October 18th, Fiesta de los Muertos. Looking forward to that event. And also, a few of you, I don't recall who was in attendance for our environmental justice element presentation. We are actively recruiting the advisory committee. So if you or anyone you know is interested in joining our advisory committee, I will send an email tomorrow regarding, with the information.
Great, thank you.
Could you expand on that? I didn't catch about what you're looking for as far as bodies.
We are including an environmental justice element to our general plan. And for that, we do a lot of public engagement, and we are forming an advisory committee. And I'll send the information of what we are looking for and what it will require tomorrow.
Thank you.
Senor?
Yes, so as you can see, we open up a couple intersections on Highway 86. We still have a lot going on. 6th Street will still remain closed for quite a bit. The second week of next month, we're going to start doing the landscaping, and that's going to last about 30 days. So still a lot of work to do, but we're almost at the end tail of it.
Thank you. Mr. Morita, anything to share for us?
Nothing for me.
I would like to add something. Right now that the weather is changing, it's really nice to see how many people are using the bike lane on 810. It's nice to be able to, as I'm making my drive back home, I see all these people using the bike lane that's recently set on 810 Road, and it's really nice to see the community out and about. So thank you to the city again for that project.
I have nothing on this, and I'll go ahead and move and adjourn this meeting till our next scheduled meeting on October 8th at 6:30. We'll go ahead and adjourn this meeting at 7:11.
Well done.